we are back live here at Coffs Harbour, the CEX Coffs Harbour International Sports Stadium, the 2020 Inferno National Touch League. It's our second mixed opens game. The Sydney Scorpions this time taking on the Sunshine Coast Pineapples. And I have another legend in the box with me for this match, Danny Davis. Thanks for joining me again.
Thanks
mixed opens a little bit different today.
Yeah, I don't know how I'm going to be able to back up Patricia.
You've got a bit of a connection here with the Sydney Scorpions. Talk me through it.
Yeah, look, Shelley, my little sister Shelley, she's playing for the Sydney Scorpions mixed open. A few of my old teammates from Manly Ringer in Sydney also playing in that team, and I've got a few connections with the Sunny Coast Pineapples through Kathy Sargent in the Aussie women's team too. So it's going to be pretty interesting to watch them all having a go at each other now.
So a lot of names here in this team that aren't really associated with the mixed game, but plenty of experience in both lineups.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of experience definitely across both teams, but like you said, probably not in terms of mixed touch specifics, but I think that'll make it a little bit interesting.
Absolutely. So the Scorpions will get us underway. We see the arrival now of the Pineapples. Interesting name, the Pineapples, but we won't go there. The Scorps tap off and get us up to the halfway line. And we are well underway here. 3 touches. This will be the 3rd touch being made here. Who's got the ball now?
That's Shelley with the ball.
Shelley,
Brad
good up
Gibson
to
now.
Into space here. Shelley, she's going to open up the scoring. I'll let you call that one, Danny.
And there goes Shelley Davis diving over the line, number 12, doing what she does best.
So talk us through it. We'll see the replay here. She made a couple of contributions there.
Yeah, to be honest, I thought it looked a bit disjointed in the very beginnings of that, and they obviously got their line together. Brad Gibson just sort of took on the line there, and Shelley just hit a really nice hole and slid over, literally.
Lucky we didn't go back one extra phase there, because I thought she might have been not quite square when she played the ball, but that doesn't matter now. Referee said play on. Shelley gets the meat pie.
Oi, big
and
hit there.
the scoring for the Scorps. So now the Pineapples. That look forward to. There's the Pineapples now. Attack. Push. Big long ball out to the right. That's a great finish. Wow.
Great hands there
Good
by
hit back.
the number 13. Or 31.
Remy Hinkersman. So Remy, let's have a look at this pass. The left to right. Long bomb. Full stretch dive for Remy. Over the line. 1-1.
It's a great try.
So great start to the match. Both teams really taking it to their opponents. As you said, this is what it looked like here in the first set for the Scorpions as well. A little bit clunky around that middle.
I know a lot, obviously, knowing a lot of these guys, they're definitely a running team, so I'd love to see them put
There's
the foot
that
on a
shift
little
again.
bit pedal.
Unlucky that time. Good defence there from the number 26 for the Pineapples, Kat Sargent, pushing up.
Wouldn't expect anything less from
No,
Kat.
she certainly knows how to get up out of the line and put the pressure on. This is a nice drive here. Very direct, middle third of the field there for the Pineapples. Great momentum. Well into enemy territory now. A couple of touches remaining. Scott Maddock there with the ball.
Bit of a rough touch there. I think that's definitely worth a penalty.
Just see there, just not quite sure what I'm trying to say, but what I was trying to do, sir, was doesn't matter. Never win those arguments. We talked about that yesterday.
Yes, never win.
He pulls out wide, goes for the dive over. That is Connor Harvey. Nice touch.
So Pineapples doing a little bit of static play here. Looking like they're going to do a little bit of running now into an ML play. Hit short and a good touch there by Taylor Clifford in the league.
Great shut down there from Taylor. One of those, again, not a name associated with the mix, but plenty of experience, Taylor. Comes in hard there. This is the final touch. She pulls. That's it. Just shuts it down. No pressure.
Yeah, the Scorps stayed really composed there. They didn't bite. They sort of all just held their ground and defended that pretty well. Grace Griffin taking on the boy middle there. That was nice to see. I always love watching mixed games when the girls just get in there and have a go like that.
Absolutely. Bit of pressure there from the Pineapples. Scorpions, that's better. Much more direct, but a penalty.
Touch pass.
So an opportunity here, right on halfway line. Could be a set piece here for the Pineapples if they are so inclined.
Yeah, both teams seem to just be sort of testing the waters at the moment.
Yeah.
It doesn't really look like they're going on with much of a purpose. They're just really playing eyes up footy, and I love it. It's great, but yeah, it's like they're both just sort of testing the waters to see how each other are going to defend before they come out with a plan.
Feeling each other out a little bit, There's another long pass.
No.
Is that Kath?
Yep. Great finish.
Kath Sargent over in the corner. She just had to wait for it. She knows how to finish those ones.
Absolutely.
Simple catch and put down. We'll see it here. Nicely constructed. Yeah, gets both middles committed and then looks to go long because the girls had to come in hard.
Got Brittany Clifford taking the ball up there. Scorps are on the attack, looking for a sweeper play for Nate Scranage.
Nice release back.
Going backwards a little bit here.
Giving away some ground there, but now the momentum push forward. That's a good release. A step back, dive over. Doesn't get there in time.
Yeah, I think just in that set, I think they're just releasing the ball a little bit too early before they're committing anyone. They're just throwing it for the sake of throwing it. They probably need to just attack the line a little bit more and look and play eyes up and see what's going on there.
I think it was in that game we talked about yesterday where the team was just running through the play without real purpose, and that's, again, perfect example of that. Just going through the motions, not really committing a defender to anything.
Yeah.
But as you said, if that's part of just trying to feel them out to see how they're going to respond, and then put it on them with a little bit more pressure later on in the match.
Yeah.
But I'm yet to see any sign of that. It just looks like they're going through the motions.
Yeah. It's a good touch. I think that's Millie out on the wing there. She's a little young and up-and-coming winger. She just came back from the Youth Trans-Tasman in the mixed team, and yeah, she's really...
Oh, good release.
Really starting to make her mark on the game too.
Oh, good job there too. It is Millie. Is it Durdovic?
I've never been able to say it.
I would say Durdovic, but I may be wrong. Apologies to Millie's family if I am pronouncing it wrong, but I'll go with Millie Durdovic. She certainly deserves the accolades anyway, young Millie. There's two really good defensive pressure there. Speaking of defensive pressure, not sure who that young lady is. That we don't have her number on our team sheet. You might know, Denny.
Oh, I'm just trying to have a look. I think she scored before.
Yeah. 22. Number 22 here in the Scorpions outfit. We don't have a number.
Oh, out in the wing?
Yeah.
Oh, Macy Carruthers.
Macy!
How could I
right up there at the
miss
top.
Macy Carruthers?
We won't tell her.
Hope you don't watch this podcast.
So no, she's been doing some good work out there as well, Macy. So now that we have a number, thank you.
Another great finish by Kathy Sargent there.
Yep. So that's a 2-try lead now. So we'll have a look at it again. Just another long ball. Who is it this time? Out of half. Goes right, pulls right, and then throws that long bomb out to his left. Nice diving attempt there for the touch, but as you said, Kath knows how to play those lines. She just hangs in the space that she needs to be in.
Yeah.
She can get the ball down to the ground pretty quickly.
Kath's got a lot of experience in that wing position and finishing those tries. She obviously plays a lot of link as well.
This is better from the Scorps, much more direct.
Great running. Yeah, as I was saying, Kathy, great experience on the wing there, and she always finishes those tries. It's rare that she wouldn't finish those.
Yeah,
that's awesome by her.
So now the Scorpions have to lift a little bit here. Down by 2. But pulled back, probably lost 5 metres or so there on that. Drive in now, good momentum change. Went for the long one. Wow. I don't know that he actually played with that one. The referee will make the call.
Scorps will get another 6. Be interesting to see what they try and set up here. They're swapping the boy and girl link. Looking like they're going to go some sort of static play.
Yeah, seems to be the way in the mix with these static plays. Yep.
Brad was looking for Jesse to come around the back there on a sweeper.
Reset. That's a nice release, and the ball back inside. You can see that other middle defender there going, well, I thought this was going to happen. And instead of just putting the hand up going, my bad.
Yeah, it was the link got caught in the touch there, and the other middle, 36 here.
Yeah, 36 was
I think there's a bit of miscommunication there between who was making the touch, and obviously the other middle wasn't ready for that little...
Yeah, that was Connor Harvey, the number 36, who got caught up in that play. But it was the big fella that was just on the fringes, really didn't move anywhere. So it was like, you'd like to see some movement one way or the other.
Absolutely.
But, yeah. Anyway, we won't dwell on that one. So the score now, 3-2. And the Pineapples back on the attack. Looking to get the ball out to the width again. Brings it back into the middle. Long shift.
Nice.
Nice unders line. Didn't quite get there.
Good read by Millie again there. But more importantly on that open side, Brittany Clifford getting up off the line there, making a big difference in defence and just being a deterrent sort of link there, getting up and getting in the way and making it annoying for the attack to try and set something up.
Yep, the annoying, just that pressure, you know it's there. And, ooh, a bit of a collision, nothing happening. This is better from the Scorps, but pushing up. Up over the halfway line now. Yeah, good ball movement there in the middle. This is better, long ball. Forward pass call.
It'll be a changeover.
Changeover.
It's better from the Scorps, though. They are starting to run a little bit more and get some flow. And with this experienced Pineapples team too, they're going to have to match that to keep up. So now we have Justin Otto driving the ball up the sideline. Making some good meters there. He's got around the winger. Just recovered there for the Scorpions in the middle. Pineapples back on the attack.
Some nice pressure here for the Pineapples. Just in the ruck there, so a penalty. That'll put some added pressure now on the Scorpions. This is where you want to be with that, the repeat infringements or, you know, repeat sets right down here on the line. Not much doing here for the Pineapples at the moment, but
trying to set up a little rooster play there. I think he might have thought the middle was offside, but he...
Yeah, it didn't...
was on the line.
Just seemed a little bit disjointed to me, a little bit confused. Pushed. Square, long pass.
It's a great line.
That, I think we talked about it, might have been with Patricia in the earlier game. The wingers are so good at these days of pulling that line out and catching that floating pass as they go away. So it just hits them perfectly in the breadbasket. You see this pass here, the big right to left. It's going to be the dive over. It's all right. We're back in live action now. We'll talk to my man Bradley next to me here in the control box and get the right replays next time. Just had to give you a mention on the commentary there, mate. All good. The Scorps back on the attack. They're 4-2 down.
Looking to get Jesse on a sweeper here. He's pretty quick. Brad Gibson's taken off into the in goal. And it's going to be a try.
Try time. You hear the groan from the
crowd. Was not happy about that one.
Oh.
Must have been really close. Looked really close. Grace Griffin there. Just
nice work from Gibbo there. That's a beautiful pass. Jeez, that's a tough call.
Yeah.
Mine. But he would have been, his vision would have been obstructed, the referee there. But he has to call it. He has to call it how he sees it.
Exactly.
And that's how he saw it. It is split second. They don't have the slow motion replays that we have.
No. And we're keeping the game interesting.
Absolutely. 4-3. The Pineapples lead the Scorps. That was nicely shot from our cameraman as well. Getting right down there on the action. This is better for...
That was an almost good link hole there from
Talia Rolfe.
Talia, that's it.
Yes, Talia Rolfe had the space.
Scorps rucking up the field, and this team, Scorpions and it's like a combination, I guess, of the Manly Warringah girls and Bright Eastwood boys.
Good work
have
from
a
Shelley
really
here.
nice rucking pattern.
But lost possession in the roll ball. She had to work really hard to
Get
out there, and unfortunately wasn't able to square up to get the ball down to the ground. But here's some nice positioning and momentum from Shelley.
Knowing Shelley, she'll bounce straight back after that.
Shake it off, won't be happy, but shake it off and just get on with it.
Yep, that's her mentality.
What's Danny's mentality in that situation? As we see the pineapples.
I'd like to think Shelley learnt it from me. Probably not, though. Oh, no, every time you get in those situations, I mean, like, things happen. If you hold on to them, it just gets the better of you.
Right. It's going to get in your head. It's no good for anybody. Let's have a look at this replay. The Pineapples have crossed. There's another one of those long passes. Touched in flight. So the ball went forward, but it was touched in flight, and Jake McPaul was in the right spot at the right time to grab that one. So they lead by 2 again. It's 5-3. The Pineapples over the Scorps. But I've liked what I've seen from the Scorpions later on in this half. This is great from them now. That more direct play, the good changes of momentum. Kat Sargent was in there, but just not able to get...
Yeah, gee, I thought she had that almost then. That was really nice by Kat. She held and waited for her inside player to recover. Obviously, they couldn't get there, and gee, that's a great dive by the Scorpions 23.
Yeah, he just... Finn Aston Watkins it is. He just seemed to tuck in at the right moment and got away from Kath. So, as you said, she certainly knows her game, and to get inside her the way he did just then, that was some nice moves from him, the young fella.
Absolutely.
So now the Pineapples back on the attack again. Just as we were saying, like, we've been a little bit more impressed with the way the Scorps are bringing the game to them now. That's the exact demonstration of that. There were some good changes of speed. It's another nice long pass, Kath.
And again, she's finished it.
How quick was the transition from catch to ground there?
It is pretty incredible. She does this in women's all the
Here.
time.
Catch from a very high position. That's at least, a metre and a half, maybe close to 2. She was at full stretch down to the ground like that.
And I think that's actually something that's probably underrated a little bit. It is seriously so hard to do. It is really hard, and Kathy absolutely nails it every single time.
Absolutely. People talk about the athleticism of the NRL wingers. You see it on display here at touch all the time. That same skill set.
A little bit of error starting to creep in here for the Scorps. They want to fix that up before they think about anything else at the moment. It's really going to hurt them being down by 2 here.
2.5 minutes remaining in the half. So half-time might come at the right time for the guys just to be able to get back in the box, have a chat with the coach.
Knowing Barry, that'll be the first thing he says.
Do you know Barry?
Oh, just a little bit.
Yes, as we all know, Baz, he's been a long-time servant of the game. What's happening here? The referee's going to have a chat. Looks to me, from body language, he's going to call all clear.
Call it.
We'll have to wait to see the replay, because I have to say that was the game went outside our vision here. Just that left-hand corner is not within view of the sub-box. So here we go with the replay. It's one of those, just skips out of it.
Yeah, that's ball down.
That's ball down for sure. Just skipped away. Young Brittany came in, but just it was that no man's land that he went through. It wasn't really her person. She came in to cut it down, and inside man just got beaten, and that's what happens. So with the Scorps with it all to do now, 3 behind.
Good defence there by the Pineapples. You can actually hear their box there closest on our side of the field. It's getting pretty loud, and it's good they're into this game. And
their intensity's right up.
Yeah.
It's definitely lifted.
And they're growing as the game goes on, something really important. They're just taking that momentum with them. Great drive there by Kathy in the middle.
Yep. Yeah, nice. Again, momentum. Bit of a hard push there. Could have drawn a penalty. Doesn't get the penalty that he thought he might have.
Scorps will really want to try and use this last 45 seconds to get another point on the board here. As Macy Carruthers drives the ball forward.
That's better, but isolated, no half. Those little 1%ers, so important. Again, delayed half. This is better.
It's play on call. Oh, and he's
They'll
lost
still
it.
get the penalty here. So, couple of plays here is all that remain. 15 seconds.
Will they slow it down?
They need to score here, I would say. You're better off going in. Another penalty. This will be it. Last play, the hooter sounding in the background. This is it. Little hop, step and a jump. Where's he going to go with it? Twist out of that one.
Oh. No try.
I didn't think he was touched.
Touch made.
Oh, lots of pointing and arms being waved at the referees here. The Scorpions would be better placed just to forget about it, get back to the box and let the coach do the talking. Lots of finger pointing.
Yeah, he wasn't happy with that one. Brad Gibson.
Yeah, well, I think it's Jesse Parker that's doing a lot of the remonstrating with the referees out there.
The number 4?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, half-time, Pineapples leading the Scorps 7-4. As you said, the Pineapples, they're up. Their boxes up, their mood's up. You can see the differences. There was no questions to the referee. There was no arms waving. They just focused, got back to the box. Scorps took a little bit, but Barry Gibson, best in the business at regaining composure, drawing people back in and getting the focus happening.
Yeah, absolutely. He'll be telling them to definitely cut that stuff out with chatting back and questioning the referees' decisions. I think that's something that it's an uncontrollable, as Barry would say. Definitely out of our control. We can't control that, so we need to move on with it. I'm sure that they'll talk about fixing their rucking and their 1%ers and things like that to go out in the second half. But, yep, Pineapples taking the momentum with them, and rightly so. It's 7-4, and they've taken the lead in this first half.
As you said, 7-4, half-time score. We'll be back with you in around about 3 minutes' time for the second half. Mixed Open, Sydney Scorpions, Sunshine Coast Pineapples.
Inferno is the official teamwear, apparel and event merchandise partner of NRL Touch Football. Inferno are global leaders in touch football uniforms and have a range of styles to suit any need. Visit the Inferno merchandise stand located on the ground floor of the Northern Grandstand for your next uniform order. Look no further than Inferno. And referees ready.
We are back for the second half here. The Sunshine Coast Pineapples leading the Sydney Scorpions 7-4. And they get the first opportunity with the tap off as well. So again, good momentum here from the Pineapples early. Very direct down the middle. Got a late sweeper coming out the back. There he goes. Passing play.
Thought that was set up well. Just that last pass probably wasn't executed. But just good running.
He was just hanging out there, wasn't he? 20 or so metres away from the play, just lurking. If there were shadows there, that'd be the perfect lurking in the shadows. There he was, just hanging around.
A little bit disjointed from the Scorpions there.
Better, good recovery. That's a nice drive as well. Shelley now takes it, drops it back inside. That's good release. Brad there. Nice ball out to Shelley. Tap on. Not quite the distance covered, but good idea.
Yeah, it was a good recovery there. They seemed to be a little bit on the flat foot and got their act together as they drove the ball up there, and it was unfortunate not to get that last little bit, but good set from the Scorps.
And Shelley and Taylor there playing out on the edge together. We certainly know each other's game.
Absolutely. Not sure Shelley's used to being a link or Taylor's used to being a wing, but...
Absolutely, but they'll be very comfortable with each other. So
I'd love to know what they're saying to each other right now.
What the hell are we doing?
Yeah, I can tell you that's what Taylor would be saying.
Here she goes. Shelley shooting in, just leaving Taylor stranded.
Oh, unlucky. Great try by the Pineapples.
I'm going to let you watch the replay here and talk me through it. What was in Shelley's mind here?
Oh, it looked like she was coming in to strike. Probably, yeah, she was probably in a little bit of no man's land. I mean, if they were going to sort of run against the grain there, she's got to really wait for that ball to get released before she commits to that full strike, and probably let Taylor know she's going there.
I think that's a perfect word too, commits.
Yeah.
She committed probably that little bit early.
Too early.
But, yeah, well, I'm certainly not going to crucify it. As we said, she's not a mixed player. This is a bit of a baptism of fire. She's done really well so far. Look at that. Nice. Beautiful ball. And there's Taylor. Just bring it to me. Great catch. Nice finish for Taylor. See here, who was it through that long pass? It was a nice pass.
That was great.
Was it Matthew Wilson?
Yeah, I think it was Matty Wilson on the back of that one. Oh, sorry, on the front foot of that one, throwing that footy.
Yeah, nice pass and a great catch for Taylor. She gets that one down. So 8-5. That 3-try lead for the Sunshine Coast Pineapples. Double split there. Good defensive read from the Scorpions. Pushed out with it as well nicely. I'll regroup.
That's better.
That's much
better. Out you go, Tay. Oh, unlucky. That's a prime example of conditioning by the Pineapples there. Obviously, that first one, they kind of just walked through that big wing link hole, and this second one, Taylor's come in for the phase, and they've just played a second phase play there.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's all a learning curve.
All a learning curve. I love it. You're never too old to learn. Doesn't matter how much experience you've got either. And the mixed game is so different.
Oh, we were just talking about it at half-time. I think if I was out there right now, I'd honestly have no idea what I was doing. So I can't sit here and point fingers because I'd have absolutely no idea.
Yeah, couldn't agree with you more. Just saying
nice.
In the break, that's a nice little release too. Well done, Jesse Parker. So he might have regained his composure from that little bit of a thing at half-time.
Yeah, that play seemed really controlled there. They've got Brad sort of just ball playing, took the middle on the out, the link was in, ready to bite, and Jesse just hit his hole nicely and walked over.
Yep. Just players in motion in space, that's all it's about. And the skill sets that these guys have, if you have a hole runner, somebody in that open space, generally the ball can find you.
Yeah.
That's just a nice direct pass. So well done for Jesse. Pineapples.
Justin Otto controlling the attack here. Very experienced.
Another experienced player. It is an impressive outfit when you actually look at the names in this Sunshine Coast Pineapples team. And they seem to have come together quite well.
Oh.
Good skills out the back. No, they're going to call that. Let it play, sir.
Give the fans what they want.
Give the fans what they want.
That was some pretty skillful footy there. Quick hands by Justin Otto.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think the call was right.
Absolutely.
We just like to see the game.
Yeah. I'd love to see those tries get
call,
called, but
good call,
refs.
Yeah, we're going to give you the credit for that one. Good call. What do I know? I've been caught with my pants down a couple of times today where I've made a call and the ref got it right.
Yeah.
Never happened. Never happened before.
No, never.
But now the Sunshine Coast Pineapples back into play. Kathy in the middle there.
She's looking really confident in this game. It's
Absolutely.
awesome.
She's really stood up, and that's a nice long pass as well. Tap on back inside. Teetering on the touchline.
Great defence there by Macy Carruthers on the wing. And again, to stop the play.
More steps in centre point tower there, that young fella. Don't know what he was doing, but anyway, turn the ball over. Scorp's back on the attack.
Scorps are starting to introduce this little corridor pass here. So for people watching at home, they're sort of taking it to the sub box, and rather than just driving it at that one defensive player on the wing and link side, they're using that extra pass on the inside towards the middle of the field, and they are gaining a few extra metres off it. So it'll be interesting to see if they can keep the flow coming off that, whether they'll use that to transition into attack.
It's that next phase from that play. You get in behind the line of defence, and it's what you're looking for is that next phase. They've done it really well, you're right. That's a good pick-up. See if they can exploit that next time they get the opportunity.
Ooh.
Yeah, good.
It's getting a bit physical out there, but that's mixed touch.
Yep. Brittany up in the face. Well, you know these girls better than anybody. They're certainly not going to back down.
No way.
Whether it's men running at them, women running at them, none of those girls are going to back down.
No way. And respect.
Yeah, my word.
Yeah, it's just a matter of those sort of things. What happens on the field stays on the field. No one remembers it.
So the Scorpions here on the line. Samuel Watkins there. Just gets a little pass around, and who was it? Nate Scranage.
Yeah, that looked a little bit disjointed, didn't it?
Like just, no communication.
No communication on what was going on there.
And sometimes, I talked about it in the previous one of the earlier men's games about being too cute. Sometimes you've just got to talk. You've got to say, there's an expectation that he knows what I'm going to do, but sometimes that, switch, wrap, a simple call, or it doesn't matter what it is, or come around me.
It's that little talk around the ball.
That's it. And I've heard players say, when I was coaching, the players would say to me, but the opposition can hear me. And I say, I don't care
Doesn't
that
matter.
they can hear you.
Still got to stop you.
That's it. They've got to be good enough to stop you.
Yeah.
I love it when the players put the ball up and talk behind the ball.
Like it's top secret,
stuff,
yeah. Confidential, can't know.
Jack Buckley was doing it yesterday in the men's open, and I didn't know whether he was on the phone or if he was... Yeah.
Oh, man.
Little drift ball outside. Didn't quite come off for the Pineapples there.
There's still a 3-point lead in this game for the Sunny Coast Pineapples, and they're doing pretty well to hold on to the lead. For them, I guess it's really all just about defence.
Even these plays here from the Scorpions, it's just stop-start stuff. There's no momentum. And as we say it, Shelley comes on. Great drive. No half. These men are really letting the girls down.
He's got wheels.
Yeah, hasn't he got some wheels? Holy dooly. You can't buy speed at Coles. We talked about that yesterday.
We did.
That was awesome. Who was it? Was it Finn again?
Finn. Yeah,
Finn
wow.
Aston Watkins. Where's that been? Have a look at that. Just pins his ears back. Number 9 said, Sebi. Sebi said, mate, you're out of here.
Jeez, quick.
Gets the ball down nicely.
Realised the toilet paper was restocked at Coles, and he's sprinting into the
there we go.
into the stores.
They've restocked the aisles, and he has to get there. Love it. I knew you'd get
I'd
it
had
in.
to work it in somehow.
I knew you'd get it in. That's something you really want to be known for, but Danny, everything you've done in the game, and now you're going to be known
Toilet
for
paper.
Toilet paper. Out we go. What a long bomb and a beautiful catch, and put down there for Remy Hinkersman again.
That's a great try by the Sunny Coast Pineapples and a good
left to
left-hand
right
ball.
Yeah, look at that, perfect. Again, taking it, cups it into the chest to control it, and then extends to get it down to the ground.
Great put down.
Perfectly done. They really are in control here.
Yeah.
Anything the Scorps do, they just striking back now.
And they're still sort of, this is a tap-off play they've obviously set up, but it's just not enough running in my liking, and I think they need to stick to their running game. And you saw before Finn,
drive.
He's so speedy. Use that speed.
Good pass too. Steps inside, good cover coming across. The referee's stepping back here. They're going to award that.
That was a really good put down by Jesse there.
Just came from nothing. Okay, so the inside defender lost his foot. Heads up football from Jesse. Stepped back on the inside, had the momentum. And that man that came across for cover was the one that lost his footing earlier on. So good play from Jesse there.
Just a good transfer of the ball in hands. He had it in his left hand as he got the ball in the out there. And as he stepped back on his left foot, he's transferred the ball in his right to get it down. It's really nice. Very skillful.
Good skills. So plenty of time here. They're only 2 behind. Talked about Pineapples look like they've been in control, but the Scorps are just staying in touch.
Lucky there was no one hitting the hole outside there.
She stayed tough there. Long bomb.
Great read by Macy again.
She did well. Yeah, good pressure from the Scorpions. Taylor right up in the face there.
Britty.
Oh, Britty, was it? Sorry?
Yeah, seriously though, the only way I can tell them apart is their hair colour.
Their hair colour. Here they are lined up on the same side. Communication won't be an issue out here. Nice drive. Shelley, she takes the ball forward hard. Pushed over in the ruck.
She's straight back up.
Blow the whistle, ref.
She's tough. She likes it.
Nice. Ooh.
Crowd's getting into this one.
They are.
Bringing the crowds back. The Scorpion mixed opens and the Sunny Coast mixed opens.
But see, better composure there from the Scorps. Didn't quite go their way. They just put it down, got on with it.
Yep, and now they got the ball back.
Exactly right. So, we're going to give that one to Baz and say that it was all he's doing there at half time.
Yep.
He's brought the focus back. And just on the evidence, you'd have to say that's exactly what they've done here. They've stayed in touch. And they're back right in the game here.
Yeah. It definitely is a focus thing, I think. They just need to, when things don't go their way or errors are made, it's just a matter of getting on with it.
Player's been pulled out of the line here for substitution. So he has to go off.
I actually missed that. I didn't see what quite happened. I saw Gibbo trying to get a little bit of a static quickie on him there. And
yeah, he came in hard. That's another one that could have been penalised. So the ref's just letting this creep into the game here. The heavy contact around the ruck. 7 minutes remaining. Scorps are on the up here. I like what I'm seeing. There he goes again.
Oh,
look at the pace on that fella. That is just pure speed.
Finn Aston Watkins.
What's his background? You look.
Do you know what? I'm sure.
Have a look here. It just there's nothing happening. This fella here, the number 36, turns his shoulders completely the wrong way, and Finn just heads up, goes, "That's my man."
You know what? Shelley's actually, his brother Sam Watkins is in this team. I'm sure that Shelley told me about him a couple of weeks ago and said that he came into the team late, trained with them and just absolutely been killing it, and it's very clear to see.
Beautiful work there again by Macy. Carruthers coming in off the wing.
Good no-bite defence there by the Scorpions, just keeping their composure.
And you just caught in the effects, Mike, there. The communications lifted in that defensive line.
Ooh. Yeah, absolutely.
So it's important here. 10-9, still 6 minutes are remaining in this game. If they can keep their heads, the Scorps are on the up, but the Sunshine Coast Pineapples, they're not going to back off.
No.
It's a hard touch too.
Great no-bite defence.
Hear that call? Pushing out now.
Oh, that's
good pace.
Epic defence by Nate Scranage there. Just not biting in on that second phase sort of play, not giving them the option to play second phase, just letting his middle recover.
It's all about faith too of the people in and outside you.
Yeah, faith. And that comes from communication. They get their communication 100%. Right and it all comes together.
But I'm just picking up in the effects mics. the big part of communication is it's not just somebody telling you what to do, it's responding. And letting them know that you've heard it.
Having a conversation.
That's where, if you don't say, nice, Macy, play on was the call, but she came in to shut that down, took a heavy knock too, stood her ground. And have a look at this one on replay. That was great skills from the Sunny Coast team to get it away. Whether it was in time or not, the referees will be the last judge. Yeah, I think it was. It was a good call.
That was a great tap on.
And what about the dive, the finish too? That was a full stretch dive from, from nothing really.
Yeah.
Beautiful play.
Seb Ray, great tap on there. Lots of experience in mixed. Oh, wow.
Forward pass, unfortunately. Love the skills in this game at the moment from the men and the women. Been impressed by Macy Carruthers. Her work on the wing has been outstanding.
Yeah, she's not played. I don't think she's actually played mixed before either. So she's doing such a great job.
Yeah, and Remy Higginsman has also been outstanding for the Pineapples. That transition to the deck there, that was a beautiful dive. So 11-9 now. Little tap. That was 6 more. Touched in flight. Support stayed alive. So we're back out to that 3-try margin. Just that shift in momentum there could have broken the back of the Scorpions, unfortunately, for the Scorps team. But the Pineapples have certainly, we talked about regaining composure. They've come from a position where they were up. They started to get behind and they had to push forward again. They've done it quite well.
And it happens so often in these games. You're up 1 minute, you're down the next. You have to be able to mentally stay in it the whole game to get on top.
Well, you talked about it before when I threw that, when Shelley responded the way she did, and I said, what would you do? And you talked about it then. If you let something get inside your head, there's our mate Watkins again.
He's unbelievable. I'm so impressed with Finn. Is it Finn Aston Watkins? So impressed.
I'm going to go out and seek his autograph.
I am. I'm going to ask for a photo with him.
Insta.
Throw it up on the gram.
Here we go. I'm sure he'd be happy with that as well. But he certainly deserved every accolade he's got from this game.
It's been outstanding.
A few of the talent scouts out there too, I'm sure, with his name in their books. State selections and the like going on. He wouldn't look out of place in one of those teams, that is for sure. Good dump, close to the line, hands.
No touch. Snake scrannage again, coming in, just not biting. It's actually pretty smart to not give him that second phase play that Sunny Coast are obviously and clearly so good at. There's that corridor pass again, but just lost the ruck there.
Yeah. The Pineapples will get the ball in the Scorpions' territory. The wind's gone out of the sails a little bit here. Just the play is broken down. Scorps giving the Pineapples some distance here. Moving forward ever so slowly. Here we go with the transition plate. Kath Sargent on the loop. Gets in behind Shelley, but she recovers beautifully. Nice squeeze in now. Beautiful shutdown. It's exactly how you want it to work.
It's great defence there by the Scorpions. And I'll call Shelley out there. That was pretty good by her. Well done.
Bouquets where they deserved. She certainly earned it right then. A nice drive here. Love her tenacity as she takes the ball forward.
She's very gutsy.
Nice.
Nice.
Off the right foot there.
No
Just
half.
that half again. It's
That's
a little
killed them, hasn't it?
isn't it? All through the game, there's been so many breakdowns that they've had just from that one thing.
There's 45 seconds left. Can they come up with one more? No, it'll be 6. So I'd say this would be the last set that we have here for the Sunny Coast Pineapples to drive the ball and leave it down in the Scorpions' end. They'll just probably take it nice and easy and control it here.
It's probably, the score's probably the reflection of the way the game's gone. It's 12-10. There's not that much in it, but I think the Pineapples have been the better team. But again, it's not far for the Scorps to come back. It's those little things.
Yeah, and I mean, if it's a mentality thing that needs to be fixed, that's something that they obviously need to go away and probably watch this game and see it and just sit back and think, okay, again, some things are out of our control. We just have to move on with them, let them go and play the game.
I hope if they watch it, they don't listen to it as well, because I hate for them to take pointers from me. But little intercept on the hooter there. It's all back. So the final score, 12-10, the Pineapples defeating the Scorpions. Danny, thank you very much for your insight. We had an all-abilities game earlier on. How did that go? Talk us through that one.
Oh, it was outstanding. Everyone's just having so much fun out there. They're actually playing right now, so I'm going to run out and just kind of help out on the fields on 4, 5 and 6, just out the front here. So, yeah, if anyone's watching the commentary and you're around, definitely come out and watch the all-abilities guys, because everyone's just having an absolute ball and playing some pretty good footy.
And I think the all-abilities final is on the stadium field. We'll get some commentary of that.
Yeah, it'll be on stadium field tomorrow, so I'll hopefully be in the commentary box joining you.
That would be awesome. Great to have you on board, Danny. Get out there, help them out, and we look forward to having you again with us a bit later on.
Thanks, mate.